Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, Advanced Car Care Center, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. Here we are on Monday after Thanksgiving, and just like that, it is the Christmas season. It is December 1st, and it's cold outside, and ready or not, get festive.
I can't believe, that it's December 1st. Ready or not, get festive. I like it. All right. Well, speaking of winter-y stories, we did miss out on a big snow this weekend. They did get it in parts of the Midwest. Up to our north, got about a foot of snow in some places. St. Louis specifically got about 6 inches. We did get cold, though, and we do have the possibility of a little bit of snow today. So make sure that you stay tuned for Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer. She's pretty great. She'll let us know what to expect for the work week. It is happening. Missouri State University is headed to a football bowl game for the first time as a member of Conference USA after finishing their regular season 7-5. The Bears were one of 2 first-year FBS teams added to fill the final bowl slots after only 80 programs finished eligible. Bowl pairings and locations will be announced on December 7th. Fans can fill out a postseason travel and ticket interest form as the school awaits its destination.
Good for them. That's super exciting. Man, what a great start to the FBS and Conference USA. The Bears had an incredible season. So I hope they do well in the bowl. They're going to make some money on the bowl, which is nice. And then we can carry that on into next year.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Way to go, Bears. Well, starting today, this is interesting. Missouri's new age verification rule for pornographic websites is officially in effect to protect children. Attorney General Catherine Hanaway says sites with 1/3 or more sexually explicit content must now verify users are at least 18 years old or face civil penalties from the state. Hanaway calls the rule a step toward protecting children from early exposure to harmful material. Non-compliant companies could face lawsuits, injunctions, and fines of up to $10,000 a day. So that's interesting. And then there's this. Looks like pickleball isn't just for us middle-aged folks anymore. Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar is adding a pickleball team next year. How about that? Even the kids are doing it. It's also expanding its esports program, which is just kids doing that. The esports roster will grow to more than 20 players, while pickleball will field 8 to 10 student athletes, and both of those teams will be offering scholarships. So times have changed.
That's exciting. It's quite the craze. This is a neat story. The College of the Ozarks will take part in a national cover-to-cover Bible reading marathon in April ahead of America's 250th birthday. Participants will read the entire Bible aloud April 19th through 25th at the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. President Brad Johnson will read on April 21st and says the event honors the nation's spiritual foundations. How about that?
I was looking into that. He's going to be reading, I think, from 2 Kings and 1 Chronicles. And
so much better than Leviticus. I was wondering who was going to pull that straw.
Well, that's even tough because it's a bunch of names of kings that you've really never heard of. You've seen their names. I think when you see them in the Bible, I don't physically read them. I just like, okay, that guy, you know what I mean? But he's going to have to say a bunch of names over and over, and it'll take practice. That's for sure.
As long as he says it with conviction.
That's right. You can bluff your way through the names. Nobody knows.
Today is Cyber Monday, a big day for online deals. Saturday, of course, was Small Business Saturday. So locals turned out to support local small businesses. And now it's the big day for people to get online deals. I love Small Business Saturday, because there are still a lot of businesses that do things the way I prefer them, which is in the brick and mortar location, foot traffic. You got to walk in to make the purchase. Ethan has spoken negativity over his wife on trying to order anything online. So now I have this fear. He's like, babe, you always get the wrong thing when you do that. Stop doing it.
Well, that is true. That is sad, but true. I've had to try to figure out how to do returns on your stuff lots of times. And then sometimes we still have like a closet full of stuff that was never actually just returned. So we ended up paying for both.
True. I mean, if we do, then it was probably like try it before you buy it stuff. Okay. I don't have anything.
I don't think so.
There's nothing over here. Anyway, also tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. So don't forget Giving Tuesday. That's a day that many charities now rely on for big donations at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's become a big thing for nonprofits because people are kind of in the mindset. You know, we have Black Friday, we have Small Business Saturday, there's Cyber Monday, and then it's neat that Giving Tuesday has a day in there when people are thinking charitably.
Right.
Toward the end of the year.
End of the year tax deduction. Hello.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't hurt.
Okay. The Missouri Department of Conservation says hunters brought in just over 158,000 deer, more than 158,000 deer. You did that on purpose. Ethan wrote over instead of more than, knowing that I had just lectured him on the topic. Anyway,
ago.
Hunters brought in more than 158,000 deer during the November firearm season. That's about 100 more than they brought in last year, and below totals that we had in 2021 and 22. Franklin County led the state with more than 3,600 deer harvested, followed by Texas and Howell counties. Opening weekend accounted for more than 70,000 of this year's total.
Our boy got his first buck. I'm going to show you a picture of it. So if you're watching this and that makes you queasy or you don't like it, look away because I'm going to put up the picture. There it is. Griffin he got a 9-point buck. So it's his first buck, which is was super cool. He got 2 does last year, and that's his first buck. Buck. He waited. It's not a duck at all, although he'd like to do duck as well, I'm sure.
That's so funny.
He waited and picked out the one that he wanted, and there it is. We'll take it off the screen here, so those of you who don't like to look at it can look back, and it's off the screen. But
it makes me feel better to know that we're eating it, because I don't think I would like to look at it either if we weren't actually eating it. Like there's something about that, and I'm not like a bleeding heart, but goodness gracious, deers have family too. Deers.
Well, for one, it's culling the population because the population will be over. If you don't manage it, it'll be out of control and not good for anything or anybody. So that's one reason. And most of the hunters either eat it or they donate the harvest, share the harvest. The group that Griffin went with is donating a lot of it to a school district locally, which is cool. I didn't realize they did that. So there's lots of good things that you can do with it, but you got to manage the deer population. This is one way to do it, like it or not. The University of Arkansas has hired Memphis head coach Ryan Silverfield to lead the Razorbacks after a truly awful 2-10 season. It was a rough year for Arkansas. Silverfield went 50-25 over at Memphis with 4 straight bowl wins and back-to-back double-digit seasons. So that's good, bringing a great record over. He takes over a program that's going to need a lot of help. They went winless in SEC play this year and just fell to rival Missouri 31-17 on Saturday down in Arkansas. So there's a lot of hope riding on Coach Silverfield, and we'll see how he does down there at Arkansas. And your speaking of needing help, your Kansas City Chiefs are now 6-6 on the season after losing to the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, a game many of you watched and were not thrilled with. We joined you in that. They will host the Houston Texans on Sunday night, Arrowhead, 7 o'clock-ish. Their chances now of making the playoffs have dropped to about 44%. I don't know who comes up with those numbers, but that's what the experts are saying. So you're saying there's a chance, but it's not a great chance.
I wanted to say the line because there is still a chance. 44% ain't too shabby.
Well, I mean, it's not like lottery odds, but it's not
Right.
great.
Yeah.
It's not great. They are 500 now for the first time since 2017, when, to Sarah's point, they made the playoffs as a wild card team. So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly. Okay, this is fun for Christmas week. First of all, did you hear us? We mentioned it's December 1st today. That's really
December
crazy.
1st. Yeah.
So that means all of the Christmas things will commence. Here we go. Scrooged is showing at the Moxie Cinema this week on Wednesday. So Wednesday night, 7:00, go see Scrooged from 1988. Always a fan favorite. Happening at the Moxa. You can get tickets for $11 for adults, $8 for seniors and students, and free for Moxie members. So we'll bring you some fun Christmas themed things to do happening between now and the end of the year. Also, we want to mention our Deck the Ozarks contest is underway right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Just click on the word contest. Then you will upload a picture of your best Christmas decor display, Christmas lights outside. Maybe it's your Christmas tree. Maybe it's your lamp. I voted for the lamp last year. The what's that from? A Christmas Story. Yeah. That was my vote. Everybody gets a vote on the website. So you have between now and December 7th. Oh goodness, you got 6 more days to get that uploaded. And then the listeners to the podcast will vote with a click of the mouse on their favorite picture. And the winner gets a lot of good stuff. Here it is. 4-pack of tickets to Silver Dollar City, $100 to Jim's Steakhouse, and $100 to Alamo Draft House to go see a movie. All of that is brought to you by the Barker Shop. The Barker Shop, such a cute little name. That is a pet services business that does boarding, grooming, daycare, and their little slogan, all breeds, all needs, all love at the Barker Shop.
And that's all possible. You know, you just mentioned 3 great sponsors there. We have other great sponsors that are part of our daily Around the Ozarks news podcast. So we just want to thank them again. The Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, Advanced Car Care Center, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair. We are grateful for them being a part of the Around the Ozarks family and specifically sponsoring the news podcast with Sarah and Ethan.
We would not be here without them. So thanks for keeping us on the air. We are super thankful for the sponsors, and go play the contest and go shop at those businesses.
There you go.
Plan, Stan.
Yep, that'll do it.
All right. That's all we got for now. We do hope to see you back here tomorrow morning. Hope you have a fantastic Monday.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday. Welcome to December. I hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving break. If you traveled, spent time with family, with friends, or just kind of kicked back and relaxed for a couple of days, I hope it was enjoyable. And the weather wasn't too nice for us here in the Ozarks. It was rather cold. And of course, we had the rain around, the cold rain coming down as we headed into the weekend. However, we are starting off December on another cold note. And for many, you may see the first snowflakes of the season later today. Really, it's a wake-up call into winter weather. We are in December, and the forecast is following suit. We've got temperatures this morning that are extra cold. Numbers near 20 degrees this morning with a wind chill. Dress the kids in all the winter layers. Even though it's dry out there for the morning drive and the morning hours, I think you may still want to consider the snow pants with the outfits, because if we're spending any time outdoors today, it's going to be rather frigid, especially early in the day. So keep that in mind. We also have a wintry mix in the forecast by this afternoon, as well as snow showers in the forecast this evening. So we're right back into the work week forecast, and it is a full forecast for us. Lots to track as we head into the coming week. It is quite a start to December. As I mentioned, we have some very dry air in place. So all that winter weather and wintry mix is going to have some dry air to overcome. That's why we're dry this morning for the morning drive. I'm not ruling out a couple of snowflakes flying around, but this is not the main show. That comes later today. And while this is not a huge snowstorm for us, we are going to see at least some potential for impact in the Ozarks, meaning we could have slick spots on the roads. The evening commute could certainly be impacted as the snowfall comes down later, as well as the wintry mix, providing some chance for a little glaze of ice on a few surfaces as well. Temperatures are cold enough for it to stick. We had that nice cool down over the weekend that has cooled things down considerably. We still don't quite have freezing temperatures at ground level, but bridges, overpasses, things like that could become slick later today. So a big heads up to those of you heading back into the office. By the time you head home this evening, you may want to be aware that there could be some slick areas to deal with. The weather map, well, it shows an area of low pressure kind of digging through the center part of the country. And that's what's bringing us our moisture, this shortwave trough kind of pushing through, bringing some moisture with it. It's a quick moving system. It's not going to last too long, but it will leave some impact, and much higher snowfall totals are expected up in the northern portion of the state where 2 to 4 inches of snowfall are expected. I'm thinking most of us in the Ozarks stay 1 inch or less later, but there could be some bursts of heavier snow, some pockets where you see higher total than an inch, and even a little bit can make it kind of slick on the roadways. We have scattered light snow showers in the forecast early today. So I don't really think early today is a problem in terms of getting around. There may be some snow mixed with rainfall, mixed with freezing rain, even sleet is possible for a time. I think it's very light in nature as we overcome some of that dry air early in the day. It's later today that I think a better band of still light to moderate snowfall comes through the Ozarks, but this is probably going to be peaking through the Springfield region around 6 p.m. So close to the evening drive time. That's what I want you to get a big heads up for. Maybe leave a little bit early today if you can, or alter your evening plans to account for that snowfall. Generally, area-wide, I'm thinking less than an inch of snowfall. So where this is a dusting event. It may accumulate on roadways for a short time while the event is underway. That's when things get slick, when it's happening. I don't think it stays around for too long. We should be able to see the roadway surfaces improve rather quickly, but we also have really bitter cold settling in tonight into early tomorrow, which may lead to some freezing or refreezing on just wet surfaces. So there certainly could be some slick spots around this evening, overnight tonight, and that could carry over into Tuesday morning's commute. So here's what I'm thinking in terms of timing. As I mentioned, there's not a whole lot happening right now. I expect some nuisance travel impacts during the evening commute, but this like 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. lunch hour opportunity for rain, it's like a 30% chance for scattered snow showers overspreading the area, really light, if any, accumulation early in the day. From 12 to 4, that's when I think the coverage of snow showers gets a little bit better, starting in the northwestern counties and working their way to the southeast. And then by 4 to 11, that's where the quick band of heavier snowfall moves through from west to east, and the best chance for snow accumulation on the roadways happens in that evening time frame. During the entire period, though, I have to mention at least a chance for some of this mixed sleet, freezing rain possible for our southern counties, basically I-44 and areas pointing to the south. That's where we could have a little glaze of ice on flat surfaces. So do be cautious today. I know it's just December 1st, but we have to really start thinking about travel in winter weather again. The light glaze of ice can make things slick. It doesn't take much to cause some travel impact. So big heads up for that on the drive home this evening and on Tuesday morning if we can keep any of that around. The reason I mentioned Tuesday morning is because temperatures only make it to about 18 overnight tonight. It is going to be brutally cold overnight. We should make it above freezing, and the sunshine will return on Tuesday. Mostly sunny conditions expected tomorrow with highs just below 40 degrees here in Springfield. We'll be in the mid and upper 40s by Wednesday. Another cool down then expected by Thursday with clouds moving back in. And we could see potentially another chance for a rain snow mix by Friday. But at this point, it's looking like mainly rain because the temperatures appear to be on the warmer side. So I'm keeping a close eye on Friday. 2 chances, though, for winter weather, and it is just week 1 of December, if that tells you anything of what's to come. Around the country, here's what's making headlines. It's winter weather advisories from Kansas to Illinois. Same storm system that's going to be impacting our region. Look out for winter weather advisories later today. Polar vortex and La Nina, they're teaming up to bring this prolonged cold snap to much of the United States. A lot of the country talking about below normal temperatures, and a lot of the country had Thanksgiving travel really impacted by the December type weather. Snow showers on Thanksgiving this year. Chicago, a major hub where tons of flights were canceled. We also have excessive rainfall for the Gulf Coast and the Deep South. That's in the forecast today. So we're looking out for our friends down south for some potentially flooding conditions down there. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question. If you are not heading back to work today and you're shopping online, this question's for you. In what year did Cyber Monday first become a recognized shopping phenomenon with the specific name? Do you think that happened in A, 2000, B, 2005, C, 2010, or D, 1995? Hard to believe it's been around this long, but yeah, 20 years of Cyber Monday. It happened in B, 2005. Now, a follow-on to that is my next trivia question, which is this. Which company is widely credited with creating the actual term Cyber Monday in 2005? Do you think that was A, Amazon, B, eBay, C, shop.org, or D, Walmart? You can let me know your guess. That's at the website, aroundtheozarks.com. Stay safe, everybody. I'm expecting that wintry mix through early today. Better chance for a band of snow showers moves in closer to the evening drive time with some nuisance road conditions expected for the evening commute. Big shout outs to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one. Stay safe. I'll be back to chat with you first thing early tomorrow.